Hello everyone, welcome back to Blade Bias. This is a very exciting package for multiple different reasons. Now, if you're familiar with me at all, you will know that basically almost exactly a year after you guys are watching this, 350... Am I stupid? 364 days ago, I forgot how many days were in a year for a second, I received the first ever Balisong that a maker sent me for the purpose of a review completely for free. And that was the Zippy Cycloid. Zippy sent it to me even before it was released, and I got to be a part of the... Holy cow, I can't flip. And I got to be a part of the launch for the Cycloid, which was really, really cool. And it was a Balisong that I really, really liked, because I only had experience with the Squiddy at that point. And I think this is a better overall flipper than the Squiddy. And since that video, I have gotten so many more plastic Balisongs. Things from Squid, things from Tay Flipper, and of course, things from Flip Forge, which I'm going to have to go digging through my bag again for 2 videos in a row to try and find the Edit Light. And the Edit Light is currently my favorite of the plastic Balisongs. But the Cycloid just kind of fell behind. As my tastes improved and my flipping improved, it became a Balisong that was just a bit too light and a little bit too handle biased for me. And Zippy himself sort of hasn't made too many Balisongs in the past few months, with him only releasing the Diode, which I wasn't too crazy about, and the Zipper V2, which I was never able to get because of money issues. But I made sure not to do that because we have here the Cycloid V2. Now, I've been waiting for this thing for like a week now because it got lost in the not lost, but it got held up, and I was very anxious to get this thing, and then it didn't show up, and I was like, oh, where is it? And it was very impatient, but it got here eventually. Shout out Zippy for getting that all set up. Your customer service is amazing as usual. But this is an exciting Balisong for Zippy for so many reasons, because it combines every single thing that Zippy has become good at. And every aspect of his business has been combined into this one product. You have the design of the Cycloid. You have the adjustable spacers that he's become known for. You have the blade inserts that he's become known for. You have the blade of the Diode if you want it. And then all rolled into a zipper-like quality package. And it's just extremely, extremely exciting. The amount of engineering that goes into this Balisong and all the cool things that I'm really excited to show you guys is beyond none. So without further ado, let's look at Zippy's return, sort of, to plastic Balisongs. I mean, he's made the Diode. And the Diode is good, I just don't think it represents what he can best do. So, let's find out if the Cycloid has now been replaced in my collection by the Cycloid V2. I can't imagine it wouldn't. But first of all, let's get this box opened up, because I think they're... Oh my gosh, Zippy, are you buttering me up? Are these weighted? We got tungsten balls. Oh no, they're just normal slim caps. I have beta slim claps. I have these beta slim cap. Why can't I say that? Where the bottom is rounded off. And one of the suggestions that I made to Zippy was to square off the bottom so that you could put them on more Balisongs and they'd be more universal. So that is, I'm actually super happy to own a pair of new, I should say, slim caps. But he's also buttering me up. Oh my gosh, look at this sticker. I think that's unfortunately way too big to fit on the front of my case, but I'm sure I'll find it somewhere. He gave me... Zippy, I gave you the tip so that you could have the tip, not because I wanted extra stuff in the package. Thank you, though. I really appreciate it. Now, beyond Zippy, if you guys will allow me to ramble for just a little bit longer, this is an even more exciting Balisong for many reasons. Because this is the first Balisong that I have purchased completely with Blade Bias funds. We went monetized, and this is the first Balisong that I was able to purchase with that monetization. And to celebrate, I got, as you'll see in a minute, some blade bias inspired colors. So I just wanted to take a quick moment to say thank you. This is all you guys. I only was able to get this because of you guys. So without further ado, let's open up the blade bias Cycloid V2. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, it's bigger than I thought it would be. And by bigger, I mean, oh my, wait, oh no, it is actually bigger. Ooh, Zip. Zip is going into the bigger. It's not as big as like a Tay Flipper or an Edit, but it is bigger than the Cycloid, which is already a fantastic sign. Heavier than the Cycloid. Handle gap open, pretty big. Now this is a very interesting, I swear I've said that 16,000 times now. Can you tell I'm excited for this thing? This rounds out like the holy trinity of plastic balisongs. You have Flip Forge, Zippy, and Tay Flipper, in my opinion. Tay Flipper uses Zen pins. Flip Forge uses no pins. And now Zippy has filled in and uses hang pins, which is super interesting in a plastic balisong. This blade is also nylon. He also uses bearings, and all of this is adjustable in some really, really cool ways. I seriously cannot wait to show you guys. I think that's something that's in here. He gave me some extra thread nuts, or lock nuts, or whatever you call them. Thank you again, Zippy, because I fully plan on taking this thing apart to show you guys just how cool the insides of this thing are. We have a nylon blade. We have ASA handles, adjustable spacers, adjustable insert in the blade. This thing is really nice looking, and this nylon is so cool. I don't know if you guys can see the texture. It's like, it's fabric-y. And it's flexible. Ooh, this is interesting. Okay. Enough lollygagging and speaking about things that don't matter. You guys want to know how it flips and how I like it. So let's do it. I'm just going to do the bearings, as Zippy is known for. Oh my god. That is butter. Look at that. You would be hard-pressed to find a bushing balisong that moves like this, because it can't happen. This can only happen with bearings. Holding it like that and getting swing like that is insane on a balisong. This is washers. Holding it in the same direction, I have to shake it to even get any. In order to get movement like that, I have to tilt it a really good amount, and it still binds up. So to have, oh my gosh, that is butter smooth. Okay, let's go. Ooh, okay. Okay, Zip. Okay, Zip, I see you. This is heavier than I thought it would be, which is a good thing. I was worried it might be a little too light for my taste. Okay, Zip. Okay, Zip. Handles are comfortable, fans well. It is a bit weird. I have to get used to it because it's a little more handle bias than I'm used to and that I like. But that's what's really fun about this, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this live. But these spacers, I'm going to wait to do this until I actually fully understand what's going on. But these spacers you can take out without any tools whatsoever and change out the balance. And I think that's what I'm going to do, because this stock configuration is a little too handle biased for me. I like my plastic balisongs to be almost perfectly neutral. This feels like a similar, it's less handle bias than the Cycloid, but there's also a lot of momentum in the end of the handles. So you can take this out and take out these weights to lose momentum or lose handle bias or lose anything like that. And that's really cool. And you can also take out these balls in the blade to make it less blade biased if you want. I don't think that's what I need to do, because I think it has a bit too much handle weight for my personal taste right now. But that's the coolest part about this, is that you can change that whenever and however you want without tools. And I totally plan on doing that before my week with the Cycloid video. But I also plan on showing you guys that when I take this thing apart, to show you guys all the cool stuff under the hood. Because when I say there's cool stuff, the fact that these spacers hold this sandwich together without any hardware whatsoever. If I really wanted to, I could just pull that out right now. Again, Kind of don't want to right now because I don't want to break anything the first day that I have it. And I certainly don't want to do it on camera. I want to take some time to do it when I actually know what's going on. But this thing flips really, really well. This current configuration is, yes, we have one extra. There's 2 balls in here. He used to ship them without the 2 balls, and now he ships them with 1 ball in because people say that they preferred that balance. I think for my enjoyment of the Cycloid V2, it's definitely going to be worth it to take out one of those balls. Because like I said, the end of the handles, carrying just a little bit too much momentum for me right now, specifically in things like full twirls. Gets a little bit weird. But as I said, as I keep saying, that's what makes this thing so cool, is that you can change it however you want, whenever you want. And it's a level of customizability that, while you may not have the same level of physical customizability as you do something like the edit, you can change all the colors, and the spacers at the end make for a really cool change in customizability and color. But you can change, this has a customizable balance to the same way that an edit has a customizable look. And I think that is such an interesting idea. But let's talk about non-balanced things really quick, because these handles are very comfortable. They have the same quality that Zippy has become known for. I don't know if they feel better than the original Tay Flipper. I would say they feel on par. I'd say I think the edit feels a slight bit better just because it's a bit more rounded. But I would say it probably feels on par with the Calico. Yeah, feels similar to a Calico. And it's polished. And it's nice. And I like it. So the handle ergonomics are good. I really like this giant chamfer on them. It creates for a few sharp lines along the face of the channel, but it also creates a lot more grip. The Sirius V2, I'm pretty sure, is a balisong that had something like this, where you had the really crazy chamfer that allowed for a lot more control when you were able to do it, as is something like the Impusa. You can see the Impusa has this has a very similar, like, crazy chamfer on the sides and then the flat faces, which I really like. The blade feels cool, although it will take some getting used to because, you know, nylon is more fabric-y than plastic, meaning that there's a little more friction there when you chaplain. It doesn't feel bad by any means, just a little more, just got to put a little more effort into chaplaining it than I think people might be used to. But it does feel very cool. It feels really cool in the hand, actually. This looks like it would have a really gross texture, kind of like G10, but it doesn't. I actually really like the texture that this provides. So I am getting used to the handle bias, actually. And this thing is flipping better and better as I do get used to it. What did I just feel? Oh, I think my finger went into there. Interesting. Also, tang pins. Tang pins on a plastic balisong. Let's see how they sound. Oh. That sounds good. Now we are at a point where I think all of the major plastic players have good sounds in their balisongs except Squid. It has a slap, but it's a bit more of a bassy slap, which makes it a lot more pleasant on the ears. And then the sound when you do this is very similar to something like a Calico. The Calico probably being my favorite sounding plastic balisong out there. It's not exactly up to a Calico because there is still a little bit of treble there, I guess is the best way to put it. But it still sounds really good. Ooh, plastic. Oh, I'm so excited about plastic balisongs. You guys have no idea. Wow, that was a terrible 0G chap one. There we go. A little better. Yeah, I'm honestly really dying to try this thing with a little less weight in the end of the handles. And it does make me want, these just pull out. And I'm being gentle because I don't want to break anything, but it should just pull out, assuming I can get good grip on it. I'm leaving marks in my hand, so the grip shouldn't be an issue. Come on, baby. I don't want to do this on camera. No, this thing flips really, really well. I like it a lot. Even if the balance right now, I keep hammering it in because I don't want people to think that I don't like it because of the balance, because you can change it. Like, I'm flipping it a bit weird, but you can change it. And this colorway looks great. I'm so happy with this colorway. I had a few people tell me that they think it'd be an ugly colorway, but black and green for me, gray and blue for tie, blade gray for nylon, because I just wanted that over the diode blade. And then the green in the blade just because, you know, it's my balisong. So I got to have some green in there. I was initially going to go with all just stock, so gray blade, gray insert, black handle, green, green. But I figured, hey, it's the first purchase with blade bias funds. Got to make it blade bias in some way, right? Damn. Zippy was a bit nervous about how I would like this. But I actually really do like it. This is really good. Shit. And I seriously, I can't express it enough. The fact that this thing is so customizable in its balance alone is so freaking cool to me. I cannot wait to get a balance that I like really, really enjoy dialed in on this thing. Because then it's just going to go crazy. It's going to go so crazy. I know it looks like I'm struggling flipping it. Well, it's because I am. Because I'm used to, all of these are like neutral. The ends don't carry too much momentum. On the Edit Light and the Tay Flipper. It's kind of more like a Calico, where there's a lot of weight at the end of the handles, but not as weird as a Calico. But since I'm so used to flipping more evenly distributed plastic balisongs, the fact that this is a bit more handle bias just throwing me off a little bit. Again, please don't think that it's bad because of that. I have to make that very clear. Ooh, the jimping is very nice. Positive jimping that sticks out is a great thing, Zip. Because none of the other makers have gotten that down yet. Flip forward, like, it's not like plastic balisongs need a crazy ton of jimping because they're fairly light and easy to grip onto. But you'll notice that all of them have like recessed jimping rather than jimping that sticks out. Kind of like the Vulp. The Vulp has the same thing where the jimping sticks out. And that's what this has on its spacers, which is really nice, and it's very grippy. Oh, yeah. You know what? I'm going to do something that I've never done in a video before. I'm going to go dial in a balance that I like a little bit more on this, and then I'll come back to you and I'll give you final first impressions. Okay, so I'll see you in just 1 second. Okay, so let me actually show you these spacers really quickly, because I was doing it right. You have to wiggle it back and forth instead of just pulling it. I was under the impression that you had to just pull it rather than wiggle it, but just like that, these spacers completely pop out. I have access to the weights in the end of the handles, and this chandwich comes apart. How the hell I'll do a video about this later, but the fact that there's no hardware holding these sandwiches together is so cool. Zippy, you're a genius. I'm gonna pop this ball out and we're gonna see if it gets any more neutral. I'll see you guys in just 1 second. Okay, so I got the 2 balls out of each of the spacers, and I just have to say, Zippy, even if this thing does not become like my favorite plastic flipper ever, it's spoilers though for the week. I mean, depending on how the week goes, again, this is just first impressions, not a review, not anything like that. Probably going to be top 3 for this thing. But even if it doesn't secure that number 1 spot, this is by far one of my favorite balisongs in terms of what you have done underneath the hood. The process of taking these spacers off, popping the weights out and putting them back in was seamless and so easy and so cool. And now the balance is so good. Oh my gosh. Now that extra bit of momentum that it carried is gone. That extra bit of handle bias that it had is gone. And I would say it's fairly neutral. I think it still has a slight handle bias. So I might experiment with taking out the discs in the end of the handles. You can take them out. They're a bit tough. According to Zippy, I believe 1 disc is about 3 points essentially. And 1 tungsten ball is like 2 points. So you can really fine tune things. If you take out like a disc and then put in a ball, it's like you subtract 1 point essentially. I forget what word he used exactly for what they were like. There was some conversion rate that he had. Oh, maybe it was blade. Was it blade weights? Zippy, if you watch this video and if you're in the comments, I'll pin your comment if you clarify. Maybe it was blade weights. So the tungsten discs are 3 blade weights and the balls are 2 blade weights. I don't know. But either way, this thing has a balance. 0G chaplains are a bit tough for me on this. But we have a balance that carries much less momentum in the end of the handles, which is how I prefer my plastic balisongs. Still a slight handle bias, but still very, very good. I gotta figure out what's going on with the 0Gs. Why can't I do the 0Gs here? Oh, okay. I can do them, I just gotta do them a little differently. So now that I have changed those weights out, this thing flips pretty good. I can't lie. It remains to be seen where it's going to fall in my top 3 list. My top 3 list currently looks something like this from top to bottom. So it remains to be seen where it's going to go there. I think if you ask me, it's probably going to set in somewhere right here, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see over the course of the next week. But damn, Zip, good work on this thing. This thing is really, really cool. If you want to go check out Zippy Balisong, I highly, highly recommend it. He makes some really cool stuff, and he is a really, really, what's the word that I'm looking for? A really good, what's the word that I'm looking for? Really qualified place in the little, like, holy trinity of plastic balisongs we have going on here, of course, with Flip Forge, Zippy, and Tay. So, yeah. I like this thing a lot. I'm going to make a video about the engineering of the Cycloid V2, going over how the handles can do what they do. The blade is apparently much stronger than the old plastics that he used to use in the original Cycloid. These little rings, which you may have been wondering about, around the pivot screws, I'm just going to call them. I know they have a name. I can't think of them off the top of my head. And the fact that this has tang pins and sounds about as bouncy as something with Zen pins, even though it's plastic and technically, in my head, I feel like the tang pin should be compressing and not bouncing that much, but whatever. This thing is really, really cool. So I'm going to go spend a week with this thing, and I will get back to you guys hopefully next Friday, maybe? Because I know this is going up on a Saturday, but I got this on a Thursday, so probably next Friday just to bridge the gap. And I'll let you guys know what I truly think about the Cycloid V2, and that's after I can fine-tune all of the balance profiles and all that. So I think it's going to be a super fun week. Thank you all for watching. Zippy, thank you for the extra stuff, by the way. You were way too generous with that. And yeah, I will see you all in the next video of Blade Bias. This thing flips really well now. I'm really enjoying this. I still have to get used to it a little bit, but damn. All right. I'll see you guys later. Peace.